Right, guys, a warm welcome to each and everybody that has joined us for this live commentary between the Lions and the Sharks today from Ellis Park. It should be an interesting one, and I haven't done commentary for a bit now, as it's just impossible these days with all the load shedding and stuff going on. But I'm back for the local derbies, and it should be an interesting one. It's my team, the Sharks, up against the Lions from Johannesburg. So it should be a very interesting one. I am going to go with my heart today and say that the Sharks will do it. But if we're going to think with our head, this is a really good Lions side and one that could easily cause problems for the Sharks side today. So let's hope it's not going to be the case for the Sharks today. Let's quickly go through the team lineups because we are not far away from kickoff to this one. Let's quickly have a look at the back line of the Lions side. It's at fullback Juan Horn, a very good youngster coming through for this Lions side, and a guy that I'm really looking forward to see develop in the future as well. Then the wings for today, Raps Mxwane and Edward van der Merwe. We all know that Raps, when he started off with the Lions, were really getting a lot of tries, and he's a try-scoring machine. If he gets the opportunity, he's definitely going to use it. And then Edward van der Merwe, I think, is one of the most unluckiest players not to have played for the Springboks yet. But it's because we've got so many talented wingers in South Africa currently. But this guy is right up there and a very good player. The centre combination, Manuel Russ and Marius Louw. Obviously, no Henko van Wyk today. And it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect this. We're talking about a young Lions side, but they've got the caps already and they're growing as a team. Let's hope that this Lions side can stick together for many years to come. Then this one is going to be very similar to that Lions side that dominated Super Rugby a couple of years back. But then again, Marius Louw, former Shark, playing some really exquisite rugby for this Lions side. He's also the captain of the team and a guy that this side will really go forward and look to get them over the advantage line. I know a lot of people say that his hands are not that great, but we'll wait and see. He's a very good player. Then the halfback combination of Morne van der Berg and Gianni Lombard. One could say it's not a test and try combination. Morne van der Berg, one of my favorite scrum halves in South Africa at the moment. And then obviously Jordan Hendrickse, not available for this game. It's a big blow for this Lions side. Two key players, Henko van Wyk and Jordan Hendrickse, not available for this side. And then obviously we know that Andries Kutsia also out and Stian Pienaar is not available. So there's quite a few players not available in this backline for this Lions side. Let's go and have a look at the forwards. Emmanuel Tatuka, Ruan Venter and Jaco Kriel forming the loose trio there. Great players. Jaco Kriel, valuable player for this Lions side. Let's hope he can find a bit of form. Ruan Venter, one of the standout youngsters coming through in this Lions side, and one that I'm really looking forward to in the future as well. Then Emmanuel Tatuka, another youngster. I think these two have a big future ahead of them. Emmanuel Tatuka and Ruan Venter. Then the lock combination of Ruben Skuman and Willem Alberts. For me, Ruben Skuman, one of the most underrated locks in South Africa, along with the veteran of Willem Alberts, and then the front row combination of Asanati Kabanya, PJ Botha, and JP Smith. Should be an interesting one. I personally see Kabanya as one of those players that will have to work on his form. A guy that's a little bit overweight. If he can drop a little bit of weight, he'll be an excellent player. And then the same with PJ Botha. We'll just have to work on his lineouts just a little bit more. And then the experience of JP Smith. Cameron also says, afternoon, Guru. How's it going, Cameron? Hope you're good. Who do you think is going to win this one today? Then if we look at the bench from the Lions, Michael van Vuren, Morgan Udia, Ruan Dreyer, Ruan Delport, Sibasiso Sangweni, Ruan Strali, Sanelo Nohamba, and Reinhard Jonker. The Lions going with a 5-2 split for this one, which should be an interesting one because it's clear that they are thinking about trying to dominate up front, and that's where you want to win the game. And we all know that the Sharks have got plenty of Springboks missing, especially in the forwards, where this Lions side is going to look to try and dominate this Sharks team today. A guy like Ruan Strowley and Sibusiso Sangweni, along with Sanele Nohamba, has been quite extraordinary youngsters coming through in this Lions outfit as well. And I'm optimistically looking forward to see this Lions side grow in the future. Cameron says, hopefully Sharks don't disappoint, Guru. Yeah, no, look, I'm not expecting a lot from the Sharks today. Again, I think if we can get away with a win today, it's going to be massive. I don't think the Sharks are favorites. The bookies might think so, but I personally believe that the Lions are the favorites to win this game. And we'll see how it goes. It should be interesting. Let's go and have a look at the Sharks lineup quickly. The back three, Apelile Fassi, Vanna Kok, and Takir Abrams. Three great players. Takir Abrams, Twinkle Toes, Vanna Kok bringing that physicality, and then Apelile Fassi. We'll have to wait and see how the news of him maybe transferring to the Stormers will affect his play today. Then the center combination of Francois Venter and Rowan van Jansen van Rensburg is a combination that I'm very much looking forward to see develop as well. Rowan Jansen van Rensburg, I think, is knocking on that Springbok door at the moment, while Francois Venter is still finding his feet at the Sharks somewhat. And hopefully that will grow into a really good partnership with the absence of Lukanya Am. Then at 9 and 10, Kevin Bosch and Grant Williams today. Should be a really good combination today. Grant Williams very quick off the breakdowns, and Kevin Bosch, we know with his long boot can cause a lot of trouble. They are playing at the high felt, so kicking will definitely be in favor of Kevin Bosch today. If we look at the forwards, Pepsi Buthelezi, Henko Venter, and James Venter, it's a combination that is growing quite a bit, playing a lot of games together and really building as a trio here. So let's see what Pepsi Buthelezi can bring to the party today against the likes of Emmanuel Chatuka, Henko Venter, and James Venter. Two very good players combining really good together. And then the lock combination of Gerbrand Grobler and Renil Higu, it's going to be a tricky one for them. I think the combination of Alberts and Skuman is going to cause a bit of trouble for them there. And then obviously the front row, Carlu Sari, Dan Uester, and the Tuka Ntunu. That is a really good combination. Like I said, Dan Uester haven't missed one throw in the season, and it should be interesting if we can complete that today again against the likes of PJ Botha. Carlu Sari up against his old team should be an interesting clash there as well. Looking at the bench quickly, Fes Mbata, Dian Bluer, Hanro Jacobs, Vincent Tatuka, Dylan Richardson, Sikumbuza Noche, Cameron Wright, and Ben Tapawai. Some key players there to look after. Fes Mbata coming back from injury. The likes of Vincent Chatuka, Dylan Richardson, Sikumbuza Noche, and then Ben Tapawai should really bring some energy to the second half here between the two sides. Yeah, the teams are now making their way onto the field here. The Sharks playing in their white shirts today. Should be a really good one. It looks wet there on the field. So a bit of rain. Well, not a bit, a lot of rain as of late in the Gauteng. So we'll see how that's going to impact the game as well. 11J says, I hope you're well. I'm good, thanks, 11J said. It's good to be back this weekend doing some local derbies for you guys. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel for anybody who's new. Really appreciate all the support up until now. Right, so the game is about to start, and not quite yet, as the Lions will still make their way onto the field, playing in their red and black jerseys today. And it should be a really good clash. Let me know again in the comment sections who you think is going to win this game. We also do have the poll up on the channel as well. Let's quickly go and have a look. So 12 votes so far as to who will win this game. The Sharks leading that poll with 83% at the moment, and the Lions 17%. So everybody expecting the Sharks to win this one. I honestly hope so, but I don't think it's going to be an easy one today. 11J says, said, I like this Lions kit. It is a good kit. I must say, it's one for a collection. I would love to get myself one. Maybe I will. but we'll see in the future. It's a really nice kit, red and black, as the Lions now make their way onto the field here for this game as well. The referee for today, Judge Wenny, a really good referee, one that is really growing in stature as well, then assisted by Morne Ferreira and Stefan Geldenhuis in this one. 11J said, I think Sharks will win by 15 at least today. Well, I would have said that if they had all their Springboks today. 11J said, remember, no Oxnashire, no Bonambi, no Thomas de Toey, no Etzebeth, no Sia Kulisi, no Jordan Hendrickse, no Lukanya no Makazola Mapimpi. So it could be a tough day at the office for the Sharks side, but we'll see how things pan out. It should be a really good game as Kevin Bosch will get this game underway. Not a lot of people here at the stadium, which is a little bit disappointing, but might be due to the weather conditions. As Kevin Bosch with a deep kick in here, taken by Gianni Lombard, gets the pass away to Jakub Krill, about 15 meters out from their own try line, 10 meters out from the left-hand touchline. It is Morne van der Berg now waiting for this ball to come out at the back of this ruck, taking his time with it. Looks like he has, he's going to get it out to Quan Horn, who puts it on the boot and finds touch round about on the 22-meter line of the Lions. So trouble here for the Lions early on with the Sharks with a great attacking opportunity very early on in this first half. Cameron says Etzebeth is honeymooning on a beach somewhere, which is probably true. The man got married a couple of weeks ago. So hope he's enjoying that as well. So Dan Houston now with the throw into this lineup just inside the 22 of the Lions. An early opportunity here for the Sharks to get into the lead. It's 1 minute played in this game between the two sides, and it's the Sharks with an early opportunity. It's very wet there at Ellis Park. Hadron Grobler takes it in for the Sharks off the back now. Here they come now. It's taken up by Pepsi Buthelezi just outside the 22, brought down by Emmanuel Tutuka, and it's going to be a penalty to the Lions coming in from the side against the Sharks there. And discipline will have to be spot on today if they're going to beat this Lions side. Emmanuel Tutuka making a really good tackle there on Pepsi Buthelezi, pushing the Sharks almost immediately on the back foot, and the Sharks giving away a penalty for coming in from the side. So the Lions now to kick this downfield, and it's Quan Horn who puts it on a boot. He's going to find touch roundabout on the halfway line. Yeah, Emmanuel Tutuka very quickly up over that ball. There was the tackle made by Gianni Lombard on Pepsi Buthelezi. Right, so throw-in coming in now. PJ Boerta with a throw-in at the halfway line, taken by Willem Alberts now van der Berg. Flat pass, straight pass into Marius Lowe. Right on the halfway line here. Morne van der Berg again. Lombard now on a loop around as Quan Horn. He's into a bit of space. Up over the halfway line. Here he goes. Gets the pass away to Raps Mxwane, but unfortunately unable to keep hold of the ball and into touch. Roundabout between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks. Good start here from the Lions, and Quan Horn almost immediately causing trouble here for the Sharks as Francois Venter missed that tackle. Just that pass to Raps Mxwane. Not a good one there. And the Sharks previous side of relief there between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Sharks. Was a great attack early on from the Lions. 3 minutes into this game. And let's just see, the clock has been stopped here for injury to one of the Sharks players, James Venter, currently receiving some attention here. Just wait and see. So, yeah, the clock has been stopped. And we're just waiting to see if he's going to need some attention off field or not. They are strapping him up on field, so he should be ready for this line out in no time. The former Lions player, James Venter. Dan Juster is going to throw this one in for the Sharks. Between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Sharks. A great early attack from the Lions. Saw them run into space there. Kwan Horn, getting past Francois Venter, roundabout on the 10-meter line of the Lions, and he ran just a pass to Maxwane. Not good enough there. Right, so James Venter now back, and head-to-head, they played 5 times. The Sharks have won 5 times, 188 points to 104. So the Sharks clearly dominating the games between the two sides so far. The throw now taken beautifully by the Sharks, just outside their own 22. It's setting up a driving maul now as Grant Williams waits for it, gets it out. A flat pass to Rowan Janssen van Rensburg under pressure early, again from Emmanuel Chituka. Now Carl Usadi sets it up just outside the 22 for the Sharks, about 5 meters up from the left-hand touchline for them, as Grant Williams will now go with the box kick over the top. The chase now coming from Dikier Abrams. Underneath it is Maxwane. Oh, they've knocked it backwards as the Lions, and into touch it goes. Sharks line up between the 10 and the halfway line inside Lions territory. Expecting a lot of kicking in this game today with the weather like it is at the moment. So line out to the Sharks between the 10 and the halfway line of the Lions. An opportunity here after 4 minutes again for the Sharks now. Sharks had a really good opportunity in that first minute, but discipline let them down, coming in from the side and giving away the penalty. Right, Dan Uester with the throw into this lineup. Let's see, the Sharks have done well so far. 2 line-out wins already. Oh, this time it's been stolen by Ruben Skuman, and now Gianni Lombard gets out. Marius Louk, Manuel Russ gets it out to Edward van der Merwe on the halfway line. Space opening up for him. Kwan Horn again. He's up to the 10-meter line of the Sharks now. Right on the left-hand side of the field, Emmanuel Chichuka. Ruan Venter now sets it up just outside the 22. Here comes the Lions. Flat pass again. JP Smith takes it in. Now Morne van der Berg. Back again. Gianni Lombard inside to Edward van der Merwe. Tries to spin out of one tackle. Does so just outside the 22 of the Sharks now. Slow ball coming back for the Lions. Now JP Smith. JP Smith trying to go into an half gap. The big lucid prop now. Morne van der Berg again. The pass knocked on by the Lions. Here comes the counter-attack from the Sharks now. It's Francois Venter. Venter up to the halfway line. He's brought down beautifully. Now the pass gets out to Dan Uester. Sets it up on the halfway line for the Sharks in the middle of the field. Comes out again now. Pepsi Buthelezi picking up a very poor pass there from Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. Grant Williams now. Curvin Bosch. Flat pass out to Dan Uester. Still between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory now. A great counter ruck here from the Lions. But the Sharks managing to secure that ball again. But a penalty to the Lions there. And some back chat from the Sharks as well. Gaining them an extra 10 meters for this Lions side. Between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks. 6 minutes played. And the Lions now have an opportunity to get the first points on the board. Will they have a shot at goal here? Just having a talk there is Pepsi Buthelezi with Judge Wenny. The Lions will have a shot at goal here. So after 6.5 minutes of play, it's the Lions with the first chance to get some points on the board. Jakob Kriel, no, it's Ruben Skuman who went over trying to steal that ball and then not releasing from Carl Usadi. So Gianni Lombard now with the opportunity to put the Lions into the lead for the first time in this game. Great player, great youngster coming through for this Lions side, this Lombard. And injury has prevented him from really making a headway in his career so far. But he's back, same like Tian Swanepoel, who still needs to come back for this Lions side. The kick is, it's gone to the right of the post. So the score will remain 0-0 here. And it's a let off the hook early on for the Sharks in this game. 7.5 minutes gone. 22-meter restart coming up for the Sharks now. Apalile Fassi trying to just tap that ball from the 22. But Curvin Bosch quickly tells him to give the ball to him. So Bosch now with the restart, then a high hanging kick from him, almost up to the halfway line. No, the ball spills loose again for the Lions, and now collected by Venter. Venter is going to set it up for the Lions, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. 10 meters from the left-hand touchline. Mornay van der Berg now, Willem Alberts, Lombard. Here they come now. Oh, massive tackle there from Takir Abrams on Manuel Ras. And under a bit of pressure is the Lions now just outside their own 22 at the moment. Mornay van der Berg and Cabana takes it up for them, sets it up between the 22 and the 10-meter line in the middle of the field, inside Lions territory. Mornay van der Berg again waiting for it. Looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top here for this Lions side. The chase now going to come from Exwane. And unfortunately for the Lions, that's going to go out directly into touch. So it will be a line out to the Sharks between the 10 and the 22 inside Lions territory. Antoinette Gerber says, hello, Guru. I hope my team can do it today. It's going to be a tough ask for the Stormers, to be quite honest, Antoinette. I've grown quite fond of the Stormers lately, being in Cape Town quite a bit, and also hoping that the Stormers can do it. But I've got a clear cut for the Bulls to win by 10 to 15 points today. Right, so 9 minutes gone in this one. Time is up off the clock at the moment. Just having a talk again to Pepsi Butles, is Jachweni. As Dan Houston now tries to get this throw in correct. Taken in by Gerbrand Grobler now, just outside the 22 for the Sharks, right on the left-hand side of the field. A driving maul now set up by the Sharks. It's looking pretty good. Now just stopped just inside the 22 of the Lions. Grant Williams gets it up. Rowan Jansen van Rensburg, Kevin Bosch with a poor pass. Oh, Edward van der Merwe kicking that ball forward, missing it, but Manuel Ras have done so. Here comes the chase now. The ball spills out loose. 5 meters out from the Sharks half. Oh, Kevin Bosch have knocked it backwards and then knocked on by Gianni Lombard. A knock on from the Lions, preventing them to get the first try of the game. Wow. Plenty of loose play there. That field is wet. It's slippery, it's wet, and it's a bar of soap at the moment there on the field. First Van der Kok missing that ball. Then came Kevin Bosch knocking it backwards again. Then Gianni Lombard picked it up and then tackled by Van der Kok and knocked it on just 2 meters out from the try line. Werner says, good afternoon. Hopefully Sharks can get stuff right from now. Now more games like against the Stormers in Cardiff, and then 11J said almost. Right, so scrum down to the Sharks, 5 meters out from their own try line. It's 10.5 minutes gone. The Sharks looking a little bit distracted at the moment, not playing the type of brand that they would like to play. Grant Williams now to feed this one in for the Sharks, 5 meters out from their own try line, 5 meters out from the right-hand touch line. It's a great opportunity for the Lions to try and get this or disrupt the scrum from the Sharks. It's a big scrum from the Lions, but Grant Williamson controls it now, gets it up to Van Rensburg, sets it up 5 meters out from the try line, about 10 meters out from the right-hand touch line, as Grant Williams now just trying to work more space for them, gets it out into Tuka Ntunu, about 15 meters out from the right-hand touch line now, 5 meters out from their own try line. Pass out to Kevin Bosch, puts it on the boot, and finds a good touch, round about between the 10 and the 22-meter line. So after 11.5 minutes, still no score, an early opportunity for the Lions going a begging with a kick from Lombard, just going to the right of the post. Possession going away of the Lions 62-38 and territory 60-40 at the moment. PJ Botha with a throw into this line-out. Can the Lions capitalize on this? Taken in by Skuman. Flat pass now taken up by Marius Lowe. Flat pass to Manuel Ras. Up to the 22 they go. Now here comes Ruben Skuman again. Right in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line. Lombard gets the pass out to Edward van der Merwe, but a good tackle from Grant Williams puts the Lions on the back foot again between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Now Cabana Sets it up for the Lions. Oh, Dan Euster has done brilliantly on the ground there. I think no, says Judge. It's going to be a penalty advantage now for the Lions. Morne van der Berg into space, but the referee's going to call them back. Obstruction there, and they're going to come back for the first penalty against the Sharks there for playing the ball on the ground. It's James Venter who got pinned there. So after 13 minutes, it's another opportunity for the Lions. 11J said, it's a shame that the stadium is so empty again. Lions need to win more games to try and get more fans going to the games. Yeah, look, there's a few contributions to this. The poor form of the Lions, the fact that a lot of Springboks are not available for the Sharks, I think, and then also the fact that the weather is quite bad in Gauteng at the moment. So a lot of contributing factors there. KB87 says, the way Sharks are playing currently, we might lose. Yeah, I've got that one as you got it, KB. So another chance now for Kiani Lombard to put the Lions into the lead for the first time in this game. About between the 10 and the 22, about 10 meters out from the left-hand touchline. This one is struck much better, but it's going to go to the right of the post again. So 6 points have gone a begging for this Lions side, and how's that going to influence the rest of the game? Quickly kicked off from the Sharks now, and making their way up to the 10-meter line inside their own half. Grant Williams again gets it out. Dan Euster, good, solid defense from the Lions, pushing the Sharks backwards at the moment. Williams again now waiting for it at the back of this ruck. Looks like he is going to go with another box kick over the top here. The chase coming now from the Sharks, and it's going to be well taken by Quan Horn. Runabout on the 10-meter line of the Lions now. Morne van der Berg gets it out to Willem Alberts. Pass back inside to PJ Porter. Sets it up between the 10 and the halfway line. Good defense from Henko Venter on Morne van der Berg. Catching him on the back foot now on the 10-meter line of the Lions. But it's going to be another penalty advantage coming for the Lions now. Offside from the Sharks. Emmanuel Chatuka takes it in. Sharks discipline letting them down at the moment. It's Morne van der Berg now waiting for it. Gets it up to Tabanya again. No way forward for him. Morne van der Berg goes for the box kick over the top, but it's been charged down by Grant Williams. And they're coming back for the offside penalty against the Sharks. Roundabout on the 10-meter line in the middle of the field of the Lions. Sharks discipline really poor at the moment. Already conceding, I think, 4 or 5 penalties in this opening 15 minutes of the game. And it's mainly due to a lot of pressure being put up in defense by this Lions side at the moment. Kick finds touch, runabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Sharks on the right-hand side of the field. Can the Lions get some go-forward ball, get some phases going? Let's run about on the 10-meter line of the Sharks. So, yeah, it's 4 penalties conceded by the Sharks already, nothing by the Lions. Here they come again. Ruben Skuma now off the back. Jakob Krill. Morne van der Berg on a loop around. A beautiful pass now. But Manuel Ross can't keep hold of the ball. Knocks it on. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Sharks between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside Sharks territory. Expect a lot of knock-ons today in this game. Firstly, that was a forward pass from Kiani or from Lombard to Marius Lowe. And then the pass to Manuel Ross went knocked on by Manuel Ross. Lions missing Henko van Wyk already. 2 great opportunities for the Lions. Connor begging early on. 4 handling errors from the Lions and only 1 from the Sharks. So penalties conceded, 5 by the Sharks. So penalties, discipline against the Sharks, handling errors against the Lions at the moment. We might see a very sloppy game here today. 17 minutes gone. Grant Williams now to feed this one in for the Sharks in the middle of the field. And Judge, when he blows that one up, we're going to have a reset scrum. We did see that the Sharks scrum did go a bit backwards in that first attempt, about 5 meters up from their own try line. So This Lions side definitely going to try and push this Shark side. We've seen they've got a 5-2 split on the bench as well, which means that they are definitely going to go with a forward-based game today as this Lions side. They've got the talent. They can do this. Right, Grant Williams then with the feet to the scrum, right in the middle of the field between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks. Another big scrum, this time steady from the Sharks. Now Grant Williams gets it out to Kevin Bosch, goes for the kick downfield. Nobody at the back there for the Lions. Oh, that's a massive kick from Bosch, but the bounce of the ball not kind. But Judge Wayne have to get it on the try line, and Quan Horn kicks it into touch. Roundabout, let's see, roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Line out coming up for the Sharks. Cameron says, safe to say the points won't be over 45. Well, look, it's still the first quarter of the game, and a lot of things can change. But yeah, you might be on song there with the game not producing more than 45 points. If it continues like this, might open up in the second half, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. So time has been stopped on the clock here, as there's just an injury to one of the players. Yeah, James Venter will have to go off. It's the second time that he needs to be attended to, so he'll probably come back after a while. Replacement to come on, I think Dylan Richardson or Sikambuza Noche. So it is Dylan Richardson who finally makes his comeback for the Sharks, the now Scotland international. Right, so Dylan Richardson replaces James Venter. Time is back up on the clock, and Dan Juster with a throw-in. Another line-out steal for Ruben Skuma now. Matjatsweni says that's fine. Oh, nearly intercepted by Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. But here comes the Lions now. Jaco Krill. Jaco Krill gets the pass out to Morne van der Berg. Morne van der Berg up over the halfway line. He's got plenty of numbers. Gets the pass out to Edel van der Merwe. Right on the 22. Now still going is Edel van der Merwe. Poor defense from the Sharks. The pass out to Manuel Russ now just 2 meters out from the try line is the Lions. Right on the left-hand side of the field. Morne van der Berg now waiting for it. Gets it out to Tatuka. And they might be over the try line, but it's held up by the Sharks. Brilliant cover defense there. And it will be a goal line dropout coming up. After all of that, it's going to be a goal line dropout. And the Sharks survive another Lions onslaught. Well, I don't know why Morne van der Berg went for the skip pass there. They were 3-on-1 really. And he went for the skip pass, slowed the game down a little bit. Edwin van der Merwe had to get the ball on the back foot again and then still made meters, which is good. Right, so goal line dropout now for the Sharks here after 20 minutes of play in this game. Restart then from Kevin Bosch. Is a deep kick in on the 10-meter line of the Sharks now. Here comes the Lions now through Venter. Sets it up, still going as Venter between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Sharks now. JP Smith sets it up again for them. Penalty advantage again to the Lions offside from the Sharks. Now Lombard. Marius Lowe with a little grubber kick. Max Warnes chasing after this. This could work for them, but the referee's going to call him back. I think he was in front of the kicker. And we'll come back to the original penalty for offside by the Sharks. Right, so it's a penalty to the Lions, and it's very much in a kickable position here between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks in the middle of the field. Right in front. This one shouldn't be a problem for Lombard. He's already missed 2 kicks at goal already, is Lombard. So, third attempt now for Lombard to put the Lions into the lead for the first time in this game. Or get the first points of the game, so to say. Right in the middle of the field, strikes it. Oh, dear. It's gone to the right again. So 9 points gone begging for this Lions side. and that's vital stuff. 22 minutes gone. Still, the score remains 0-0 at the moment. It's going to be a 22-meter dropout now as Dylan Richardson leaves the field again as James Venter returns to the field. No score whatsoever. 9 points gone begging for this Lions side after 22 minutes of play. The restart by Kevin Bosch now. And, it's been knocked on by Marius Lowe right on the halfway line. And it will be a scrum down to the Sharks. We spoke about this, basically before the game started. But really, it's not his fault. It's so slippery, so wet out there. And, it's one of those things. Kakama72 says, "Hy kan maar so aanhou skop." Yeah, as a Shark supporter, we'll hope that he continues. But I think a lot of Lions supporters are pulling their hair out at the moment. So scrum down to the Sharks then. And another injury at the moment to one of the Sharks players have stopped time again. It's Renil Higu who stayed down, just receiving some attention. So on halfway, it's going to be a scrum to the Sharks about 10 meters out from the right-hand touchline. As we still have no score in this game. 23 minutes played. The Lions missing 3 penalties at goal already. And the Sharks missing out on an early opportunity in the first minute to score a try. KB says Lombard is costing the Lions with his goal kicking at the moment. Yeah, look, if you look at the team lineup, I don't think there's anybody else who can really have a kick at the moment. So they might consider bringing on Sanele Nohamba a little bit earlier on, as he can do some goal kicking. But it is what it is. I mean, no Tian Swanepoel and no Jordan Hendricks today for this Lions side. Dolly says the Guru, bless up. Still no score. 23 minutes gone. It will be a scrum to the Sharks right on the halfway line. Samuel Geyer says, come on, Sharks, you can do it again. 5 wins from 5 in the URC for the Sharks against the Lions. Scrum fed in by Grant Williams. Flat pass to Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. It's great leg strength from him. Now Grant Williams again gets it out to Henko Venter up to the 10-meter line. Inside Lions territory now in the middle of the field. The Tuka Tunu takes it up, driven back in a tackle by a massive tackle there from the Lions. Now on halfway, the Sharks again on the back foot, Francois Venter. It's relentless defense from the Lions, and they win another penalty there right on the halfway line in the middle of the field. Wow. Ruben Skuman is having a game so far. 23 minutes played, and this guy has stolen 2 line-out balls and won 2 penalties on the ground already for this Lions side. Quan Horn now with a kick downfield. Got to find touch on the 22-meter line. It was a massive tackle from Marius Lowe on Francois Venter there. And I personally feel it's one of the players that the Sharks have lose, really. A player that they should have held on to and kept at the Shark Tank. Kakama says, sorry, Guru, Vicky Lart, who is the replacement playing for the rested Bokke for the Sharks? Yeah, so there's a lot of changes to the Sharks side, but let's just quickly see what's going to happen. The Lions now just outside the 22, having a go. Lombard, thumping tackle from Banner Koch on Quan Horn, and it knocks it on. Scrum down to the Sharks on a 10-meter line inside their own half. Let's quickly go and have a look at the Shark team lineup. Kakamas, so Fassi, Banner Koch, and Takir Abrams in the back three, with Francois Venter and Janssen van Rensburg in the midfield, with Kevin Bosch and Grant Williams. And then the forwards, Pepsi Buthelezi, Henko Venter, and James Venter, along with Gerbrand Grobler, Renil Higu, then Carlos Sari, Dan Uster, and Chunu. The return of Fes Mbata, then Dylan Richardson, Sikabuza Notche, Cameron Wright, Ben Tapawai. Hope that answer your question, Kakamas. So they might have a look here at a tackle from Van Cock on Quan Horn maybe, but I didn't see too much wrong with it. So they will stick to the original one. It is going to be a scrum down to the Sharks on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Kakamas says still potent backline. Thanks, Guru. Yeah, still a very good backline, this one, Kakamas. Grant Williams then to feed this one in. Sharks scrum solid, but a big push coming from the Lions. Working the blind side is Grant Williams now. Puts a kick ahead. Van der Kok is chasing up after it. But Quan Horn has done well. Kicks it downfield. And he is going to find touch roundabout on the halfway line again. So plenty of kicking, plenty of knock-ons, and plenty of penalties in this game so far. Top 100 rankings. Quan Horn is 89.2. No, he's currently in 29th place in the top 100 ranking. The URC ranking system. I don't know exactly how it works, but Quan Horn in number 29 at the moment. Here comes the Sharks now with a driving maul right on the halfway line, 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline. Grant Williams waiting to get this one out for the Sharks now. Again, the Sharks having no plan really here at the moment, just bashing it up with Rowan Janssen van Rensburg, and the support play not always there for the Sharks, but a penalty now quickly taken by Grant Williams. He's going to take it up to the 10-meter line, tackled by Morne van der Berg. Now no support there for the Sharks. Now they get it. Here's an opportunity. They move quickly. James Venter up to the 22-meter line here for the Sharks. Just outside the 22 on the right-hand side of the field. Kevin Bosch now gets it out. Pepsi Buthelezi. Flat pass to Dan Euster. Driven back in a tackle. Grant Williams again now. Kevin Bosch looking for a bit of space. He's into the gap. And it's going to be Kevin Bosch for the first try under the sticks of this game. A brilliant break from Kevin Bosch puts the Sharks onto the scoreboard. 5-0. The Sharks lead here after 27 minutes. A great break from him, cutting through the defense and then just out sprinting or out gassing Quan Horn there to the try line. Brilliant stuff from Kevin Bosch, and Bosch is best when he do attack and stay away from kicking. 5-0. The Sharks lead this game after 28 minutes of play. Easy conversion coming up for the try scorer, Kevin Bosch here. So Kevin Bosch getting that first try for the Sharks, and let's do this quickly. So Bosch with the first try. Let's put that up. 27th minute of the game. Sharks finally managing to break the duck for the day. So 7-0. The Sharks lead here in this clash here at Ellis Park. 7-0. Just see Kakama says Laka Laka Boshi, and then Murray Otto says Lions 98. What? I couldn't quite make up. 98-7, and then KB 87 says great try. Right, so the Lions are going to restart this 7-0 after 29 minutes of play. And just remember that the Lions have already dropped 9 points with free kicks missed at goal from Lombard. Another deep kick in. I see Vincent Chatuka on the field here for the Sharks. It might be James Fent who has left the field as the Sharks now get a ruck here just outside, well, 5 meters outside of their own try line here. Grant Williams to go with the box kick over the top. And will he find touch with this one? Yes, he will. So about 5 meters, no, right on the 22-meter line of the Sharks. So Vincent Tatuka on the field in the place of Gerbrand Grobler. Kakama says, Mari Otto, you did have too much of Guru's Buffelsfontein. No, I'm sure there's a message there. I just can't. Lions 98-7, not happening. PJ Botha with the throw in finds Ruben Skuma now. Yaku Kriel of the back, flat pass to Marius Lowe inside the 22 of the Sharks. Now here comes PJ Botha right in the middle of the field now, 5 meters inside the 22. Morne van der Berg, Lombard, flat pass again. Marius Louw gets the pass out to Lombard again, but they knock it on, but it's going to be a penalty against the Sharks. And we might see a yellow card coming now, as the referee has stopped the clock. Might just have a word with Pepsi Buthelezi, as it's a day where the Sharks are giving away a lot of penalties, been put under pressure most of the game so far, and unfortunately it's the Sharks leading the game and not the Lions at the moment. Mari Otto asks, wanneer doen jy die Wêreldbeker stream? So are you referring to the Rugby Challenge World Cup, Mari, or are you referring to well, I'm guessing the World Cup only starts in September, so we will be doing the World Cup as well. But if you're referring to the Rugby Challenge 4, I'm going to have to look to make time for that, but it will be done at some stage. Right, time is back up on the clock here, as the Lions now with a line out about 15 meters out from the try line. It's an opportunity for the Lions to attack now. PJ Botha with a throw into this line out. Finds Willem Alberts now. Here comes the driving ball from the Lions. They're still going forward now, and 5 meters up from the try line now. Ngabanya, pick up and go. Still coming, and Manuel Chituka taking it up. Just 2 meters up from the try line is the Lions now, and it's going to be another penalty against the Sharks. And here comes the yellow card now as well. A yellow card to Vincent Chituka, who's just come onto the field. And it's time to go to the sin bin for Vincent Chituka against his former teammate. Mariotto says the Rugby World Cup 2023. So, yeah, we will be doing that sometime in the next coming months or so. So the Lions now will be looking to capitalize on this now. Sharks down to 14 men for the remainder of this first half. Kicking to the corner again, 5 meters up from the try line now. Can the Lions capitalize and get the first try of the game for them as well? Let's see. 5 meters out from the try line. Line up to the Lions. PJ Botha to throw this one in. To the front to Willem Alberts again, but sloppy from the Lions, and it's going to be a Sharks line out now. The ball knocked into touch by the Lions. Going for a trick move there where it wasn't really necessary at all. It's wet, it's soapy, and it's stuff that you don't do in a game like this. That's the inexperience of the players. Mind you, a very experienced player who made the mistake. Mariotto says, ek was by die Rugby Championship in Nelspruit in Johannesburg. Oh, that's great, Mari. So at least you witnessed one really good win and one really bad loss. Grant Williams throws a little dummy and nearly into space now. Gets the pass out to Dan Uester. About 10 meters out from the run try line as the Sharks now trying to run. Grant Williams gets the pass out to Kevin Bosch. Now plenty of time for him to put it on the boot. And that's a good kick downfield. Going to find touch, I think, between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks. 7 minutes to play in this first half. It's a line out on the 22-meter line of the Sharks here. PJ Botha with an overthrow gets it out to Ruan Venter. Jaco Kriel takes it up to the 22-meter line now. Morne van der Berg gets it out to Manuel Chituka. Still 5 meters out inside the 22. Oh, it's Marius Louw with a beautiful break. And he's going to get the first try for the Lions. Under the sticks again. It's 7 points to 5 with a conversion to come. A magnificent try from Marius Louw. A beautiful cap. And it's a planned move that's worked out perfectly for them on this occasion. It's a beautiful running angle from Marius Louw, and gets one against his former teammates. Should be 7-all after this conversion. Right, so conversion still to come, but it should be over. It's right in front here. 7-all at the moment with 6 minutes to play in this first half. There it goes, 7-all. Remember, the Sharks are down to 14 men for the rest of this first half. But what a break from Marius Lowe. We've seen two beautiful tries, one from Kevin Bosch and one from Marius Lowe in the 34th minute of this game. Really a beautiful try from them, putting them right back into this game, in a game where I think the Lions have been better than the Sharks, to be quite honest. Lowe getting the try in the 34th minute for the Lions. Let's just update that as well. That was the last try scored in this first half, as the restart collected by the Lions about 15 meters out from their own try line here. Morne van der Berg now gets the pass out to Quan Horn, puts it on the boot, and not a great kick from the youngster. It's going to be 5 meters inside his own 22. And a chance now for the Sharks to hit back almost immediately with 4 minutes to go in this first half. Leighton Basaki says sloppy seconds, and then KB says Bosch defense not the best on that one. Well, overall Bosch defense not brilliant. It looks like no, in fact it's going to be a free kick here to the Lions, as not quite sure what the reason for that was, but the Lions now with a free kick inside the 22. It's going to be Morne van der Berg to thump this downfield, and he's going to get it all the way to just inside the half of the Sharks. So line out to the Sharks, 5 meters inside their own half. Francois Schmal asks, is that the final vandag? Yeah, it's a low-scoring game, but it's not the final, Francois. Right, here we come. It's a driving maul from the Sharks now, right on halfway on the right-hand side of the field. Sharks trying to get this ball out now. Grant Williams, black pass to Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. This line side must be offside because they're so quick up in the fence. I don't think they can be that quick on the fence. But the Sharks been pushed back now on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Grant Williams going with the box kick over the top again. The chase is going to come now from Werner Kok. And a clash in the air. It's collected by the Sharks now. And an opportunity now. Grant Williams gets it out to Enko Fenter, Pepsi Buthelezi. Out to Apalile Fassi now, Kevin Bosch. Here's a chance now, Francois Fenter. Tries to cut back inside between the 22 and the 10-meter line of the Lions. Now it's Pepsi Buthelezi, tackled hard by Willem Alberts in the middle of the field now. Sharks losing ground again on the 10-meter line of the Lions now. Fassi going with a little grubber kick through. The chase coming from the Sharks, but the touchline is going to win around about 5 meters inside the 22 of the Lions. Dirk Steenkamp says, kom on Lions, wys bietjie tande. So 7-all at the moment with 2 minutes to play in this first half. The Sharks opting to go for territory instead of possession there. The kick from Apalele Fassi not finding the required distance, or it traveled a little bit too far. It's now the third time that James Venter is receiving attention on that head. And I think Judge Wenny will have to make a decision real soon whether he's going to allow this player to continue. So 2 minutes to play in this first half. And it's an opportunity now for the Sharks to put some pressure on this Lions lineup. 15 meters out from the Lions try line. BJ Botha will throw this one in. It's So defensive line-out coming up for the Lions. They've been really good at line-out times today, is this Lions side. And just as I say that, they lose this line-out. And here's a chance now for the Sharks, just outside the 22. Kevin Bosch now a long cut-up pass to Takir Abrams. Runs about 5 meters inside the 22 now. Right on the left-hand side of the field, Grant Williams. Back it comes Pepsi Buthelezi again. Still 15 meters out. Now moving towards the middle of the field. Henko Venter being caught behind the advantage line on the 22-meter line now. Right in the middle of the field now. Dan Joost knocks that ball backwards, says the referee. Grant Williams now fussy again, going with a little chip kick over the top, directly into touch this time, and paying the price for a really poor kick. It's going to be a line out to the Lions, 5 meters outside of their own 22. A minute to go in this first half now. Just outside the Lions 22. PJ Botha to throw it in again for the Lions side. I really don't know why Apelio Fassi went for the kick there. A really poor kick. PJ Botha. But that said again, the Sharks are not making any headway on the collision as well. Now it's Ruan Venter, takes it in for this Lions side, just outside the 22. Still about 40 seconds left of this first half, as Morne van der Berg trying to control this ball at the back of the ruck for this Lions side in the middle of the field, just outside the 22. He is going to go with a box kick over the top this time, and Takir Abrams waiting for it, but it's kicked out directly into touch by Morne van der Berg. And now there's a chance again for the Sharks just before halftime. 5 meters outside of the 22 of the Lions. A poor mistake this time from Morne van der Berg. And at some stage, we can't say it's due to a lack of experience anymore, because they are building gaps and experience over the course of time. Dan Joost with a throw in, finds his jumper, Henko Venter now. Here comes Rowan Jansen van Rensburg straightening the line. Gets caught on the 22-meter line. Penalty advantage for the Sharks now, as Kevin Bosch gets a flat pass to Dan Joost again. Still the Sharks not managing to make too much meters. Now a little grab ahead from Kevin Bosch. This one could work. No, it's going to be Lombard collecting that ball. And, it's Manuel Russ who collected it. But we're coming back for the penalty to the Sharks. Offside from the Lions. KB says Bulls versus Stormers will be entertaining. Absolutely, KB. Kakamas says, come Sharkies, make it count. So Kevin Bosch is going to kick this one to the corner here and set up a line out for the Sharks, 5 meters out from the try line. Around about 7 or 8 meters out from the try line. On the left-hand side of the field, the Sharks now have an opportunity. Can they score here just before halftime? KB87, lots of rested players as well, says Kakamas. Yeah, there will be a lot of rested players from the Stormers and a couple from the Bulls as well. Driving ball coming from the Sharks, but it's going nowhere. It's going sideways into touch, and it's a great defensive effort from the Lions. Poor from the Sharks, and that's going to be halftime, 7-all as we go into halftime here. A very sloppy, very frustrating first half, to say the least. A lot of knock-ons from the Lions, plenty of penalties conceded by the Sharks, and a lot of missed opportunities for both sides. Basically sums up this first half, where I think that the Lions have had the upper hand. They have been the better team on the field, and the Sharks can consider themselves lucky to go into halftime all square here. I'm going to take a quick break, but when I do come back, we will be doing the second half. So don't go anywhere, guys. Right, guys, we are back here for the second half of this game between the Lions and the Sharks, and currently it's all square here, 7-all. We saw a try from Kevin Bosch in the 27th minute, and then we saw a try from Marius Lowe in the 34th minute to level the score at 7-all. The Sharks were down to 14 men in the last 10 minutes of the first half, and also the Lions have missed 3 vital kicks at goal. Will that come back to haunt them here in the second half? 3 easy kickable penalties missed by Lombard, and the fact that Jordan Hendrickson playing and the fact that Tian Swanepoel is also out injured is not helping the cause of this Lions side at the moment. But what I can say is that this Lions side so far for me has played the better game between the two sides. If we quickly sum it up from the players' perspectives, Quan Horn has been solid at the back. Raps McSwane haven't seen too much of the ball, and Edward van der Merwe as well. Had a good run early on in that first half, and then Manuel Russ and Marius Lowe. Manuel Russ really sticking up in the absence of Henke van Wyk today. Marius Lowe is having a massive game as captain here for the Lions side. Also, like I mentioned, scoring that solo try for the Lions side under the sticks, and then Yanni Lombard having a game to forget at the moment, while Morne van der Berg also not having his greatest moments on the field today for this Lions side. If we look at the forwards so far, Emmanuel Tutuka, very good performance from him. He's been really good so far for this Lions side. At the breakdown, vital, solid in defense, and really sticking it up to this Sharks team. Ruan Venter and Jaco Kriel both have played really well so far defensively. We haven't seen too much of them on the attack. And in Ruben Skuman, for me, probably the standout performer so far in this Lions side, winning quite a few of the Sharks lineouts so far in a contest where Dan Jooste have yet to lose a lineout before this game. Has now lost 2 to Ruben Skuman. And then Willem Alberts, solid in the defense. Cabanya and JP Smith and PJ Botha doing the hard work up front. And it's also one of the areas where it seems like the Lions are dominating the Sharks at the moment at scrum time, where they did get a late push on the Sharks scrum so far, but have yet to get a tight head or a penalty from scrum time. If we look at the Sharks' performance, not too much to tell there. Apalile Fassi not having a great game so far. Haven't seen too much of the ball either, but when he had, his decision-making has not been good. Vannecock, we've hardly seen on the field. Takir Abrams have had 1 or 2 good runs. Francois Venter and Rowan Janssen van Rensburg really not getting over the advantage line at the moment for the Sharks side, as the defense from this Lions side is right up there at the moment. Kevin Bosch, so far looking good. The try from him, running into a beautiful gap, and scoring that first try of the game, having a solid start so far. And then Grant Williams have had his work cut out at ruck time, and could probably have played a better game so far, but a solid performance. Then looking at the forwards, Pepsi Buthelezi has hardly had any front football. He's been bashed around by this Lions defense. Henke Venter and James Venter also the same, not getting too much go-forward ball at the moment. James Venter has been receiving attention 3 times already in that first half. Gerbrand Grobler leaving the field early. In place, Vincent Tutuka came on. He got a yellow card and will only come back now in the second half. Raniel Higu has not been great. Carlos Sadi, Dan Jooste and Chitunu not really getting over the advantage line either. So it's really the Lions game to lose here in this game. And if we look at the replacements still to come for them, Michael van Vuren, Morgan Udia, Ruan Dreyer, Ruan Delport, Sibasiza Sangweni, Ruan Nel, all forwards, looking to dominate the Sharks up front. And then Sanella Nohamba and Reinhard Jonker still to come for them. For the Sharks, we've got the return of Fesenbata, Dian Bluer, Hanro Jacobs, Vincent Chituka already on the field, but coming back from a sin bin. Dylan Richardson played for about a minute so far already. Sikambuza Notches still to come. Cameron Wright, and then Ben Tupperway. So it's anybody's game here, really, as to who's going to win this one. I see Gabran Grobler is back on the field, so it might have just been a blood replacement early in that, late in that second half, and then Chituka getting the yellow card to make him unavailable to play again. Right, so the second half is about to start in this one, guys. It's going to be an interesting battle as the Lions get the second half underway. The Sharks takes it up inside their own 22 at the moment, as Grant Williams now waiting for it just inside his own 22 at the moment. The Sharks going with a box kick over the top and going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. 7-7 at the moment. Who's going to break away with the victory here today between the two teams? It is going to be PJ Puerta to throw this one in for the Lions now on the replacement on for the Lions. So PJ Puerta not on the field anymore. Replacement coming on, Michael van Vieren for the Lions as they get this driving maul going for them. Penalty advantage coming for the Lions. They get the penalty here. And again, it's a very kickable penalty here for them. The Sharks are really have to work on their discipline, as they've given away plenty of penalties already in this game. Just under pressure. Oh, there's a big scuffle going on between the players at the moment, and so unnecessary from Dan Jooste. And he might even be in a little bit of trouble. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But let's see what Judge Wenny is going to say. Is he going to go upstairs to have a look at something here? I don't think he will, but he will have a talk to the two players, Van Vieren, who's just come onto the field, Michael van Vieren, replacement hooker for the Lions, and then Dan Jooste, the hooker of the Sharks. 7-7 at the moment. We've had about a minute and a half in the second half, and not a lot happening in this game. Sharks coming in from the side of that ruck, that maul, and giving away the penalty. So the Lions going for touch here, finding touch round about 5 meters inside the 22 of the Sharks. An early opportunity here for the Lions. The team that's going to use their opportunities here in the second half is going to win this game. It's wet, it's slippery, and it's not a great day for rugby, really. As the Lions now through Willem Albert sets up the maul here, right under 22, about 5 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Gabran Grobler having to get out of that maul now. The Lions still on the attack here, trying to get this maul going forward. Now they're starting to make headway about 15 meters out from the try line. Still coming now, 10 meters up. Can the Lions get this maul to go even further now? They've joined in the back line, some of them. Morne van der Berg having to try and get this ball out. That ball is not going to come out for the Lions side. And the Sharks have done well to disrupt that ball, and they're going to have to scrum down 5 meters up from their own try line. Great defensive effort there from the Sharks. Renier says, great day for a different kind of rugby. Yeah, you've got it, Renier. Right, so 7-7 it is, still here after 3 minutes into the second half. And I would say the first team to score here in the second half have a good opportunity to win this game. Sharks now under pressure, 5 meters up from their own try line. About 5 meters up from the right-hand touchline for them. A defensive scrum coming up for the Sharks. It's very slippery and very wet there at Ellis Park today. We'll have to wait and see who gets the dominance at scrum time here. Still haven't seen a scrum penalty from scrums today. But it did look like the Lions had a little bit of an upper hand over the Sharks scrum in that first half. Grant Williams will have to feed this one in now for the Sharks. We do so. Another big push from the Lions, but the Sharks now controlling this one at the back. They need to get this one out. Now Grant Williams, Rowan Janse van Rensburg. Oh, under pressure, 5 meters out from his own try line here. Right under the sticks. They managed to get this ball back as the Sharks now. Dan Euster sets it up. 5 meters out from the Sharks try line. Right in the middle of the field here. Grant Williams again now waiting for this one. Slow ball coming back for the Sharks. Gets it out to Kevin Bosch now, who puts it on the boot. And he will find touch 5 meters outside of the Sharks 22. Lions keeping the pressure on the Sharks here after about 5 minutes of play in the second half. The Tatuka Mitsunu, ranked number 74 on the URC ranking system of the top 100. Let's see what Michael van Vieren can do with this throw in to this line out for them. Goes to the back and over the top. Edward van der Merwe gets it now. 15 meters out from the try line as the Lions now in the middle of the field. Ruan Venter, tackled by Van Rensburg. Now Morne van der Berg throws a little dummy. Oh, there's a knock on from the Lions. And the Sharks now with possession. 10 meters out from their own try line. Can they get this ball back? Referee playing advantage for the knock on. As Grant Williams now wait for it. Again, 5 meters out from their own try line. The Sharks just set it up. Reniel Higu, now Grant Williams with a little grubber kick over the top, but well collected by Morne van der Berg. Now here's a chance for the Lions. It's Lombard on attack. He's going to go with a little grubber through. The chase coming from Xwane, but the touchline just wins 5 meters out from the Sharks try line. Line out to the Sharks. On the left-hand side of the field for the Sharks here. If that ball had stayed in play, Xwane could have been in for a try. Pressure being kept on the Sharks here. 6 minutes into the second half. Dan Euster now with a throw into this line out again. Finds Grobler. Now Grant Williams, flat pass to James Venter. Thumping tackle from Cabana. Pushing him backwards there. Just 2 meters out from their own try line as the Sharks now. Fussy with a kick downfield. And that's a massive kick from Apalila. Fussy finding touch all the way. 5 meters inside the half of the Lions. James Venter feeling the full force of the 130 kilogram of Cabana. Massive tackle. Brilliant tackle, to be honest. And that's how you take the wind out of a player. But that said, the kick from Fassi, very good. Kunrad Koning says, your commentating makes me feel like I'm at the game. Keep up the good work. Come on, Sharks. Thanks, Kunrad. So, Engo Venter has left the field now, and Sikumbuza Notch has come onto the field. In fact, that ball has gone out on the 10-meter line of the Sharks. It looked like it went over the halfway line of the Lions, but it will be a throw into the Lions on the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. So Michael van Vieren to throw this one in for them. To the back they go, and this time overthrown, knocked on by Emmanuel Tsatsuka, and it will be a line out. Not a line out, a scrum down to the Sharks on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Yeah, just the line out not going to place there for them. Ruan Venter unable to collect that one. And now the Sharks with a scrum on the 10-meter line inside their own half, about 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line. The Sharks have survived this Lions onslaught in the opening 7 minutes or 8 minutes of this second half. Grant Williams to feed it in for the Sharks. 10 meters out from the left-hand touch line on the 10-meter line of the Sharks. Williams feeds it in. Controlled at the back now. Here comes Kevin Bosch with the kick downfield. Looking for the 50-22. And he's going to get it as well. It's a massive kick from Bosch. 10 meters out from the Lions try line. Massive, massive moment in this game as Kevin Bosch gets the 50-22 for them. We did talk about his kicking abilities before the game, and that is an absolute beauty. 10 meters out from the Lions try line. It's the Sharks now with an attacking line out after having to defend for 8 minutes in the second half. Kunrad Koning says, let's go Sharks. Right, this time Vincent Chichuka will replace Grobler, so he will be a lock replacement. Remember, he got a yellow card about 10 minutes before half-time, so he's got a lot to make up for now. Dan Jooste with a throw into this lineup for the Sharks now. 5 meters out from the Lions try line. Vincent Chichuka takes it in. Here comes the driving maul. The Lions did contest the line out, so under pressure now from this driving maul. It looks like the Sharks could get there. Dan Jooste is just a meter short now. Can the Sharks get this ball back? Yes, they can. It comes to the left. It's the Kid Abrams in the corner. Try time to the Sharks. And after all that pressure, it's the Sharks who gets the first points of the second half. 12 points to 7. Takir Abrams with the try here. Let's just update that try scoring board as well then. So it's Abrams who gets the second try for the Sharks in the 50th minute of the game. And that's a vital try here for the Sharks in this context. 50th minute try for Takir Abrams. Update, there we go. So Bosch in the 27th minute, Abrams in the 50th minute. The Sharks up by 12 points to 7 after having to really defend for a long period of time here in the opening, the opening minutes of the second half. David Parry says, Guru, good morning. Goeiemorgen from Gibson, BC in Canada. Come on, Sharks. It's 6 a.m. too early to light the braai and have a farce roll. Thanks for the great commentary. And then David Parry says, try Sharks. So a difficult kick coming up now for Bosch from the left-hand corner. But let's see if he can get that for them. 12 points to 7 with the conversion to come. Lines it up, and that is going to be a magnificent kick from Kevin Bosch. 14 points to 7, and he's turned the tide for the Sharks with a massive 50-22 kick, and then a great try from the Sharks in the corner by Takir Abrams. 14 points to 7, 12 minutes gone in this second half. The restart then taken by the Lions, picked up by Fassi inside the 22. He's going to try and attack from here, but gets caught by the defense. 5 meters outside of his own 22. In the middle of the field now, Grant Williams, Tunatuka and Tunu. Just setting it up for the Sharks now to clear. Grant Williams, will he go with the box kick over the top, or will Kevin Bosch kick it downfield? Looks like it's going to be Grant Williams to go with the box kick over the top. There we go, the box kick over the top now, chased down by Takir Abrams again. It's knocked on by the Lions, and here comes Francois Venter now. Right on the halfway line now, Grant Williams gets the ball out. Rowan Jansen van Rensburg, he cuts back on in the inside. Still going is Rowan Jansen van Rensburg. Up to the 22 he goes. Now Dan Jooste, Vincent Chichuka, Francois Venter. Right on the 22 in the middle of the field. But it's going to come back for the Sharks now. Kevin Bosch going with a little chip kick over the top. But nobody really chasing after it. It's Max Wane who gets it. Now Kwan Horn. He's going to try and have a run from inside his own half. Now it's Max Wane up to the 22-meter line. 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline. It's a penalty to the Lions. Not rolling away from the Sharks. And a great attacking play comes to an end here. Much better than the first half already. 14 points to 7. 28 minutes to play in this one. Morne van der Berg to take this kick downfield. Hengs Kuman of Skuman says, kom Leeuws, wys hulle wat in julle steek. And then Black Diamond says, mooi, vierde fin. That kick is not going to find touch from the Lions. And here comes the Sharks to the counter-attack now. Here they come now. It's Kabuza Noche up over the halfway line, brought down 5 meters inside Lions territory. Slow ball coming back for them though, as the ball has been turned over, but it's going to be a penalty against the Lions. So let's just see what's going to happen here. There might be trouble here for Werner Kok. Manhandling Marius Lowe there after the whistle. But the referee having none of it. Marius Lowe now says to the referee, we'll have to have a look at that one. But he's having none of it. Penalty to the Sharks. Roundabout between the 10 and the halfway line inside Lions territory. Kunrad Quinning says that sounds like the Sharks are beginning to fire up. Yeah, things are turning. The opening 8 minutes belonging to the Lions, but that brilliant 50-22 kick from Kevin Bosch changed the tide in this game for sure. So Bosch is going to have a shot at goal here. And, well, judging from that first kick or that kick from the corner, this should really be a gimme for Kevin Bosch now. 15 minutes played in the second half. Can he put the Sharks into a 10-point lead? It's a 53-meter kick here coming up for Kevin Bosch on the angle here. It's, well, the distance shouldn't be a problem at all here for Kevin Bosch as it's played at the altitude. So it should be just the direction that is going to come into play here. Lines it up and goes with a kick that looks like it's gone to the right of the post. So the score will remain 14 points to 7 here as Apalila Fassi now also leaving the field for the Sharks with an injury, which doesn't look too good. Looks like a rib injury there for Apalila Fassi. And we'll just wait and see who's going to come onto the field then for the Sharks. Replacement that can come on is Ben Tapawai or Cameron Wright. The restart then taken, the 22-meter restart now. Sikambuza Noche getting that ball just inside Sharks territory now. Cameron Wright is onto the field now. It's Grant, is Grant Williams still on the field? No, Pepsi Buthelezi gets it up. Now Sharks just up over halfway. Right now waiting for it. Penalty advantage coming again for the Sharks now. It's Noche takes it up 5 meters inside the half of the Lions. Right again, Kevin Bosch now on a loop around Francois Fenter. Not getting over the advantage line though now. Right again, Kevin Bosch. Rowan Janssen van Rensburg, quick hands now. Werner Kok, he's on the run here. Up to the 22 he goes. Beats two defenders, gets the pass out to Cameron Wright. But a knock on from Vincent Tatuka. And we're going to come back for the penalty to the Sharks, says Judge Wenny. A great piece of attack there from Werner Kok. Just unfortunately, the weather conditions not working out for the Sharks at the moment. There was a tackle over the horizontal there, it seems, from Mxwane. And depending on how serious it might have been, he could have been sent off. But that's not too bad. So I think a penalty is the right call there. KB87 says much better from the Sharks. Penalty 5 meters inside the half of the Lions. About 5 meters out from the left-hand touchline. It looks like the Sharks are going to kick this downfield. Yeah, setting that ball up on the 22-meter line of the Lions now. Momentum has gone the way of the Sharks. They need to capitalize on this and get some points on the board. Don't want to make the same mistake that the Lions did in that first half, dropping 9 points. Richardson also onto the field now. Ruan Dreyer on the field for the Lions as well. So replacements now starting to make their way onto the field here. Ranil Hichu takes that ball at the line out. Driving ball set up by the Sharks now. Dan Jooste will have to get this one out for the Sharks. Right now, back to Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. Into the gap he goes. Up to the 22, now brought down just short of the 22. Bosch now long cut pass to Vanderkok. Vanderkok cuts back inside. 5 meters inside the 22. Now it's the Sharks. Right gets it out. Now Sikambuza Noche, Vincent Tutuka. Held up right in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line and quickly up over that ball is the Lions, but it's going to be a penalty against them. And I think JP Smith can be considered very unlucky there. The Sharks were isolated, but the referee said that there was a ruck form, the penalties for not rolling away. It's a tough call against them. This penalty right in front in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line, and this should put the Sharks now into a 10-point lead. Yeah, let's have a look here. It's Jakob Kriel who didn't roll away. Fair enough call there. I thought it was against JP Smith, but it was against Jakob Kriel there for not rolling away. So an easy penalty coming up for the Sharks now, as Kevin Bosch right in front will attempt to get this kick over for them. He's missed one kick so far in this game, as his opposite number missing 3 penalty kicks in that first half, really taking the wind out of their sails. This Lions side, and that one an easy one, over it goes. So 17 points to 7, the Sharks now lead, and they're looking pretty solid at the moment. Fred Wenzel asked, hy gaan jy die Stormers en Bulle ook vir ons uitsaai? Absoluut. Starting at 5 o'clock. The Stormers versus the Bulls from Loftus. Right, so it's going to be a restart then from the Lions. It's a high-hanging kickoff. It's going to be collected by Cameron Wright. Not enough pressure. Oh, it's been charged down by the Lions, however. And here comes Ruan Venter now. 5 meters inside the 22 of the Sharks now. A great opportunity for the Lions now. Sanele Nohamba gets it out to Sangweni. Sangweni about 5 meters inside the 22 to the left-hand side of the field. Nohamba again gets it out to Tutuka, tackled by his brother. And looks like the Sharks have turned us over. Yes, they have. Cameron Wright gets it out to Vincent Tutuka. He offload to Vanderkok. He's put under pressure. Oh, the Lions have turned us over again now. It's Emmanuel Tutuka. 5 meters outside of the Sharks, 22 now. Is there a penalty advantage coming for the Lions now? Dreyer sets it up 5 meters outside of the 22. Still coming now. Lombard. Flat pass and good defense from the Sharks. Nohamba now. Venter again. It's Maxwane. JP Smith. Beautiful pass then. Gets it out. But still 5 meters out from the 22. It was for a knock-on advantage, so no penalty advantage then for the Lions. They are being driven back in the tackle now. Sanele Nohamba, oh, it's a poor pass, and Michael van Vuren knocks it on. Advantage to the Sharks. Scrum awarded to them between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Yeah, very poor pass from Sanele Nohamba to Michael van Vuren. And another opportunity goes a begging for them. Fred Wenzel says, gaan jy Guru of wie sal het uitsaai? No, Fred, I'm doing all the commentary on my channel, so I will be doing that one for you guys as well. Henk Skuman says, kom Leeuws. So it's another stoppage in time now as Dan Jooste receiving some attention. And it looks like he will be leaving the field. So Fez Mbata making his return after a long layoff in injury. 20 minutes to play in this one. 20 minutes to play. And it's still really anybody's game. A 10-point lead in a game like this is not a lot. And the Lions have been knocking on that door. I would really say the Sharks only starting to really dominate the game now in the last 10, 15 minutes of the second half. But before that, it was all Lions here in this game. It's just a matter of being able to finish off, as it will be a scrum down now to the Sharks. Roundabout between the 22 and the 10-meter line. towards the middle of the field inside their own half. Lions side still very much in this game, and one would have expected a much better performance from them playing at home, but given the fact that there's so little people on the field, could also have a factor of the way they're playing at the moment. So Cameron Wright then to feed this one for the Sharks. The middle of the field between the 10 and the 22 of the Sharks. Let's see how the battle of the scrum will go now. Solid scrum from the Sharks. Kevin Bosch with the kick downfield and collected by Quan Horn now. He's going to have a kick downfield as well. Straight back into the hands of Kevin Bosch then. Inside his 22, going with the kick downfield. It's been touched by one of the Lions, and the Shark player was way offside, but now played onside by the touch of the ball. Rowan Janssen van Rensburg did well, but the ball has been stolen by the Lions again between the 10 and the 22 of the Lions. Now Emmanuel Chachuka nearly making a little breakthrough there. Just shy of the 10-meter line of the Lions. Now Edward van der Merwe trying to run through the defense. They're held up beautifully by Hanra Jacobs. And still coming is this Lions on the 10-meter line inside their own half in the middle of the field. Nohamba Lombard gets the pass out to Fenter now. Fenter out to Sangweni. The Lions on the attack now. They're all the way up to the 22, but foot in touch from Sangweni. As the pass back inside, taken by Nohamba, would have gone in for the try, but just into touch by Sangweni. And it will be a line out to the Sharks, 5 meters outside of their own 22. What a counter from this Lions side. Great run. A really good tackle from Takira Abrams there. Man on man. Oh, he wasn't out. He wasn't out. No, there he's out. Yeah. So the right call from the touch judge. Just in touch by Sangweni. 22 minutes to go. 18 minutes to go, sorry. Sharks throw into this line out. Fes Mbata now to throw this in for the Sharks. 17 points to 7 it is at the moment. Will we see a moment of magic from the Lions to really put this game in doubt? Now here comes the Lions. They've stolen this line-out ball. Now it's an opportunity. It's Manuel Chachuka. Fends off Dylan Richardson. Still 5 meters outside of the 22 in the middle of the field now. Taken up by the Lions forwards. Still they come. Where's that ball been ripped? No, yes, it's a penalty to the Sharks. Holding on the ground. Vincent Chachuka doing a brilliant job there on the ground. Winning the penalty for the Sharks. It would have been trouble for the Sharks had he not done that. And Vincent winning one over Emmanuel there. Kevin Bosch to kick this downfield for the Sharks now. Finding touch round about between the 10 and the 22 of the Lions side. And it's a moment like this that could determine the outcome of this game. Brilliant work, Vincent Chachuka. So, line out now to the Sharks between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Lions. Senru Music says, go Lions. So, tackles made 81 by the Sharks, 78 by the Lions so far. Line out taken by the Sharks. Dylan Richardson of the back now gets it out to Sikambuza Notche. A little bit on the back foot there. Tackled by Chachuka. Now it's Dylan Richardson with a pick up and go just outside the 22 in the middle of the field. Slow ball coming back for them. Grant, it's been knocked back by the Sharks. Kicked ahead by Marius Lowe. But the referee's going to call them back for a knock-on from the Lions. So scrum down to the Sharks then. Yeah, just a little knock from Marius Lowe as he tried to collect that ball. It would have been a big moment in this game had he been able to keep hold of that ball. It's just a stoppage in play again with 16 minutes to go in this one. And it's a 10-point game at the moment, still anybody's game. The Lions have looked at bits and parts of a very dangerous team, but the weather conditions have just not been in their favor as well today. Finding it difficult to keep hold of the ball. It's been a game like this. The Lions have knocked on so many times, and the Sharks have conceded so many penalties. So it's a tough one. Last three results, the Sharks won 37-10, 37-10, and 47-37. So the moment, it's a 10-point game. Last time it was a 10-point game as well, the 22nd of January in 2022. Well, no, that was the last one. So the Sharks winning quite comfortable on that last occasion. Right, scrum feed to the Sharks then between the 10 and the 22 of the Lions. Time is back on. Cameron Wright to feed this one in for them. Wright feeds. Sharks looking to dominate that scrum time, but it swells. Here's the penalty. The first scrum penalty of the game going the way of the Sharks. And it's a very kickable kick one feels here for the Sharks as well. Do they go for the kick at goal or do they go to the corner here? They've got 2 tries so far. They need another 2 for the bonus point. I would say go for the corner. You've got a 10-point lead at the moment. So massive attempt there from the Lions to disrupt that scrum, but giving away the penalty. Now, the Sharks have gone to the corner, 10 meters out from the try line, and it's an opportunity to seal this game off, maybe. 15 minutes to play. Mbata now to throw this one in for the Sharks. 10 meters out from the try line on the right-hand side of the field. To the front they go. Ranil who sets it up. This time the Lions didn't contest the line-up, so they're contesting the maul here. Can the Sharks get this maul going forward? Mbata controlling at the back. They're moving to the touch again, but this time Mbata goes off the back, gets it out to Cameron Wright. Still about 10 meters out from the try line. Under pressure, the Sharks here. Now it comes out Dylan Richardson, setting it up again for the Sharks. 10 meters out from the try line, right again. Sikabuza Notcher sets it up. Now Rowan Janssen van Rensburg, high tackle from Marius Lowe. Penalty to the Sharks here. And it's going to be a yellow card to Marius Lowe here for a dangerous tackle on Rowan Janssen van Rensburg as he stayed down there. So time is back off again. And just having a look at the tackle there. It's very little in that tackle, really, because he wrapped around his arm, around his shoulder there. And they are going to go upstairs to have a look at it. But from the angle that I saw, I don't think there was too much in it, to be quite honest. They might even go upstairs to have a look at some other foul play from the Sharks as well. So we'll have to wait and see what this is all about. I don't have any audio on my side. So has there been... Oh, no. The arm eventually slipped up to around the throat area of Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. So, yeah, no, it just... I would say that's not more than... Oh, goodness. I would go for a penalty. I know it might sound a little bit too little, but a penalty alone would have been justice for that. At worst, maybe a yellow card. But we'll see what the TMO decides here. Has there been foul play? Honestly, he wrapped him around his shoulder and his forearm just slipped up to the throat area of Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. But I wouldn't say that it really deserves a yellow or a red card in any instance. Just a penalty maybe. They're wasting time with this one. I would have just gone with the penalty. So let's see what the decision will be. Has he gone to the pocket? Marius Lowe anxiously waiting to hear his fate here. Let's see what the referee, Judge Wayne, says. So it looks like it's only going to be a penalty, like I mentioned before. So common sense prevail here at the end of the day. Just a penalty. And the Sharks now are going to set this up for another kick to the corner, I think. Yeah, Kevin Bosch now with a kick to the corner, 5 meters up from the try line. It's the Sharks going for try number 3 now. 11 penalties conceded by the Sharks, 9 by the Lions here. So the second half has been a completely different story. Considering all the penalties the Sharks gave away in that first half. Raniel Hichu now sets up the driving maul now for the Sharks. Here they come. The Sharks getting that maul going. It's still going. And over they go. Is a try. Oh, has there been a try scored there? Might have been held up. The referee not sure. They couldn't see the grounding, and he's not sure whether it's been held up or not. But I think momentum should have taken the Sharks over for a try there. A big pile up there from the Sharks and the Lions players. So not sure whether the try has been scored or not. But Fesman Bata claims the try. So we are going to go upstairs to have a look at this one. And we'll see whether the try has been scored or not. This could be the final blow for this Lions side. Could be the final blow. Let's have a look. It seems like he says on-field decision, no try held up. But let's have a look if we can see any grounding whatsoever there. Yeah, grounding is there. That's a try to the Sharks, surely. A try must be awarded here. The ball is on the try line. That's a try, surely. Just waiting for confirmation from the referee here. And let's see if the Sharks have scored their third try or not. Yeah, so the try has been awarded, and the Sharks now up to 22 points to 7. The Sharks scoring the 67th minute here through Fesman Bata for the Sharks' third try of this game. So Bata then getting the try in the 67th minute of this game for the Sharks. Just to wrap this one up really for the Sharks today. Kevin Bosch going with a conversion now. 22 points to 7 with roughly 12 minutes to play in this game. The Sharks have somewhat just sealed the victory here for them now. Third try of the game still needs another try for a bonus point. Kevin Bosch with a conversion attempt from the left-hand side of the field. Hits the upright and off. So the score remains 22 points to 7 with 12 minutes to play. Cameron called it. He said, go for the tries. The Sharks have scored their third try now and 1 try short of the bonus point. The restart now coming from the Lions. A deep kick in this time, collected by Sikambuza Noche now. 10 meters up from the Sharks try line. Cameron Wright waiting for it to come out. Going with the box kick over the top and into touch it goes. So run about 5 meters outside of the 22 of the Sharks then. A chance now for the Lions. 22 points to 7 with 11 minutes to play in this game. Can the Lions do something here very late in this game? It's a 15-point game, so they will have to score 3 tries or at least 2 converted tries and a penalty to win it. And the line-out stolen by Raniel Hichu now. Fesman Bata, Van der Kok. Kevin Bosch from inside his 22 kicks this downfield. Straight down the middle of the field. Quan Horn waiting back for it. He gets it now between the 10 and the 22 of the Lions. Kick downfield. Straight back into the hands of Kevin Bosch now. Kevin Bosch going with a kick downfield again, looking for that 50-22. The bounce of the ball. No, this time X1 is going to be there. Just 2 meters up from his own try line. Gets it out to Edward van der Merwe. Here comes a counter-attack from the Lions now. He's going to run it up to the 22-meter line. Brought down in the middle of the field. 5 meters outside of the 22 now. No Humber. There's numbers on the right-hand side here for the Lions as they cut back inside Sangweni up to the 10-meter line. 5 meters out from the right-hand touchline now, Sangweni. It's Max Wani now on the 10-meter line. No Humber waiting for it. Now comes back again. Skuman. Skuman with the pop pass now to Van Vieren. Now between the halfway and the 10-meter line. No Humber. Flat pass to Marius Lowe again, and he's knocked it on again. So scrum down to the box. Just 5 meters inside the half of the Lions. Well, just not working out for the Lions at the moment. And a bit of magic tried by Sanela Nohamba, backfiring again for them there. As Delport now replaces Skuman as well for the Lions. 9 minutes to play in this one. 9 minutes to go in this game between the Sharks and the Lions. The Lions down by 15 points at the moment. Will we see a miracle for the Lions today? Marius Lowe stayed down on that after that tackle, which he knocked the ball on. So the Sharks, if the standing stays like it is at the moment, will be in in seventh place with 37 points, I think. Or is this the current one? I'm not quite sure. But as it stands, the Sharks will win this game with 9 minutes to play. Can the Lions turn this one around? The Stormers and the Bulls up next after this game. Who will win the big derby? Let me know in the comments section who you think is going to win the North-South derby between the Bulls and the Stormers. 9 minutes to play. Scrum down to the Sharks now. It's right. We'll feed this one in for the Sharks. Time back up on the clock, and it's going to be right to feed this one in for them. Sharks will now just try to play down the time here and win this game quite comfortably. It's right to feed it in, and a big scrum from the Lions again, putting the Sharks under pressure. But yeah, it's going to be another penalty to the Sharks then. Illegal scrummaging from the Lions, and it's little things like that has worked in the favor of the Sharks today, which have cost this Lions team the game. Cameron says fingers crossed for the Stormers today. Kevin Bosch now to kick this downfield and try to set up a good attacking opportunity for the bonus point try here for the Sharks. Let's see where that one's going to find touch. About 8 meters out from the try line. A massive kick again from Kevin Bosch. And this will set the Sharks up for a really good opportunity. Maybe expected a little bit too much from this young Lions side today. And the Sharks just showing again that they can win important games like this away from home. Fesenbarter will throw this one in for the Sharks now. 8 meters out from the try line. It's again Renil who takes it up. Here comes the maul from the Sharks now. Get going forward now as it's Notch who takes it off the back now. Still going. Now 5 meters out from the try line is Sikambuza Notch. Oh, it's been knocked on by Dylan Richardson. And no, the referee says play on, going backwards. Here they come again, Notch now. Still about 10 meters up from the try line is the Sharks now. As Dion Bloer takes it up for them. Now right again, back to Kevin Bosch, a little grabber kick through. This could work for them. It's straight down to the Sharks. It's Grant Williams who dots it down. But I've got the sneaky feeling that they're going to go upstairs to have a look whether Dylan Richardson knocked that ball on or not. But as it stands, the try has been awarded. And it's 27 points to 7. Bonus points secured for the Sharks. KB87 says, we have it in the back. Well done, Sharks. So, are they going to go back to have a look at that potential knock on from Dylan Richardson? Or will the referee be happy that it was knocked backwards? Sakabula asks, hi Guru, are you doing the Bulls and Stormers game? Absolutely, I'm doing it, Sakabula. Right after this one. So the try's been awarded. The Sharks have got the bonus point. And, a comfortable victory in the end here for the Sharks. 27 points to 7 with this conversion right in front to make it 29 points to 7. So the Sharks will be very happy with this performance in the end. A great second half performance from them after being blown away by the Lions in the first half and for about 8 minutes of that second half before Kevin Bosch 50-22 basically changed the momentum in favor of the Sharks. So well done to the Sharks side then. 29 points to 7. The restart taken in by Notche. As we're just waiting for this ball to come out. Cameron Wright will wait for it. Williams playing off the wing there in the place of an injured player for the Sharks. Now it's taken up by Bluer again. Sharks is controlling. Cameron Wright out to Kevin Bosch with another kick downfield, looking for another big kick, but it's Maxwane who gets that ball for them. And now the counter attack coming from the Lions with a high kick up into the air. Case coming from Maxwane. Well taken by Takir Abrams now. Let's see if the Shark can do something here. Rowan Janssen van Rensburg. Oh, little pop pass to Dylan Richardson. That's a beautiful pass. Still going as the Sharks up to the 10-meter line of the Lions. Right on the right-hand side of the field. Kevin Bosch now. Long cut a pass to Sikambuza Noche. Vincent Tatuka on the 10-meter line. Still coming. Oh, the pass back inside. Not a good one. Picked up by nobody and kicked ahead by the Lions. Here comes a counter-attack from the Lions. Who's going to win the race here? Was he held out? Well, was he brought down? Is the Lions playing? No, says the referee. Play on. Sharks have the ball about 10 meters out from their own try line. Under pressure now. Oh, the referee is going to give a penalty here. Been playing the play without the ball and not sure if it's going to need anything else to go upstairs to see whether a try would have been scored or not. But some great skill from both sides in that movement. Just unable to really hold on to the attack and make it work for them. So, yeah, Sangweni. No, it was Buthelezi who held back Emmanuel Chatsuka there. And one could argue he could have had a good run. That guy's quick. So penalty to the Lions, roundabout on the 10-meter line of the Sharks now. 29 points to 7 it is. 3 minutes to play in this game. Line up to the Lions side now on the 22-meter line of the Sharks. Will we see one last bit of magic from the Lions? 3 minutes to play in this game. Taken by Ruan Fenton out the back, Sangweni. It's a flat pass there. Making some good headway. Here's the Lions now inside the 22 of the Sharks. It's taken up again by Strowley this time. Now Sanele Nohamba. Back to Emmanuel Tatuka out of the tackle, not held. Sharks defense holding firm at the moment. Lions still coming 5 meters inside the 22. Now it's Lombard, long cut-out pass forward, in fact, and it will be a scrum down to the Sharks. Lions just wasting opportunity there, and nothing working out for them at the moment. Yeah, so it's Reinhard Jonko also on the field for this Lions side. He made the forward pass, and nothing working out for them at the moment. 2 minutes to play. 29 points to 7. 15 handling errors from the Lions sums up their day to the 3 of the Sharks in this whole game. 2 minutes to go. 29 points to 7. And the Sharks at the bonus point in the back. A good victory here for the Sharks today. 29 points to 7. 2 minutes to go. Still got an injury break to one of the players again. There has been so many stoppages in this game, and it really it slows down the game so much. An effort from World Rugby to speed up the game has just been slowed down today quite tremendously as well. This game should have been over 10 minutes ago, but due to all the stoppages, it's still busy. 2 minutes to go. Cameron Wright to feed this one in for the Sharks now. Wright feeds it in right on the 22. Solid scrum from the Sharks. Just holding on to that scrum at the moment. Wright will have to get it out now. That scrum has eventually gone down. Comes back to Kevin Bosch, who's had a really good game. Now they're going to run this from inside their own 22. Takir Abrams, a brilliant tackle from Manuel Russ on him. Cameron Wright now, the kick downfield. Just short of the 22 now. It's going to be a counter-attack from the Lions. Quan Horn looking to run around Pepsi Buthelezi. Goes to the little grabber kick forward. Max Wane chasing. Max Wane got the pass out to Nohamba, who knocks it on. And if some of those balls were held on to by this Lions side, the score could have been completely different today. With a minute to play in this one, scrum down to the Sharks between the 10 and the halfway line. Dapperwhite couldn't collect the grubber kick. McSwane picked it up, got it out to Nohamba with an open try line, knocks the ball on just outside the 22. So 30 seconds to go in this one. The Sharks have done it. 4 tries, bonus point victory here today. 29 points to 7. As we'll probably have the last scrum of this game now. The Sharks, with nothing left to prove, can just kick this into touch when the hooter goes. 20 seconds remaining. And it should all be over. Cameron Wright with the last scrum of the day. 5 meters out from the left-hand touch line between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Sharks territory. Time is up on the clock, and the scrum goes down, and we will have to witness another scrum reset here. 29 points to 7. The Sharks definitely with this game showing that they can perform away from home under pressure. And the question now remains, which side will they select in the next coming weeks? 29-7, last scrum of the game. Cameron Wright to feed this one in. Disappointing crowd attendance today at Ellis Park. And it almost looks like all the Lions supporters has left the stadium. Solid scrum from the Sharks now. And just having to kick this one out. Gets it out to Kevin Bosch. Puts it into touch, who I think should be considered as man of the match for this one is Kevin Bosch as well. My man of the match, either way. Between him and Grant Williams, a really solid performance. Right, guys, so I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in to this one. We've got about 4 minutes before we start with the next game. So until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. See you guys very shortly for the Stormers versus Bulls game.